everyone, it's Michelle Lightworker here, and welcome to another fantastic episode of Enlightened Conversations. My guest today, Bec McMillan, is a beautiful soul that is spreading her inspirational activism all around this planet in so many ways. She's a speaker, she's a host, she's a presenter, she's a model, she's a designer. She's got the full-on gamut of so many different what I call forms of creation to spread the message, including being an author and being involved in the media and having her own show. I love her bubbles, I love her energy, and I love her message. So welcome, Bec McMillan.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Wow, what an intro. Thank you.
That was easy, honey. That was easy. Too easy. I could go on for another 20 minutes about how amazing you are. So
thank you so much. You're too kind.
I've got to say, I always find the way I actually meet people quite interesting. Sometimes I get random people contacting me and we become instant connections because they're just, I just felt the earth move. It's just going to be amazing. Then I have other people that you see across the room and you go, that one. And I remember we were at Sunshine Coast Women's Entrepreneurs Business Luncheon and I looked across and went, that one, I know we're going to work together. And so it is, because here we are.
Here we are. Oh my goodness. I still remember that was my very first Sunshine Coast Women's Entrepreneurs meeting that I attended. And I was really nervous actually, because I've only come into entrepreneurship the last few years of my life. And I remember you, when it comes to the break, you come straight up to me and I just want to connect with you. And I'm thinking, oh, who's this lady? She's great. So, and look, here we are now. And look how far we've both come since that day. I think that was 2 years ago, wasn't it, Michelle?
Yeah, it was probably about, it would have been an easy 2 years ago. And it's a funny thing because I think a lot of people think those things, when they're sitting at events or networking, I really like to go up and talk to that person. And I bet the amount of times they don't actually do it because they're scared that the other person won't connect or whatever it is. But nowadays it's like, well, if I just see something in a person that I feel like I need to have a conversation, I really do throw a band into the air and just go for it, because you just never know. And just in the whole realm of, well, hey, do we plan to have a soul contract with this person? On what level in this lifetime? Why am I feeling this connection? I want to explore it, So I'm glad I did, because you continue to be a source of inspiration. I love seeing all your little videos that you do to inspire and to help women and people to improve their fitness. And gosh, you've got your hands in so many pies, but I love it because I know that it's a divine expression of inspiration flowing through you.
That's it. And a lot of people say, geez, Bec, you do so much. And I wouldn't know how to not do everything that I do. It just, as you said, it just channels through me. And if I felt I had to just stick to the one thing, my soul wouldn't like that. My soul wouldn't like that at all. I'm very creative and expressive. And I feel a lot of people hold themselves back to one title when there's so much more within you. And I just love to be able to show people, to be able to explore those inner parts of yourself, that expression, that creativity, just to get out there and give it a go. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. And it's funny because people, I guess people see us in one form and they go, oh, you're doing that. And it's almost like they put a label on, I don't know, probably, I think it's their own projection on the ceiling that they're putting on themselves, because a lot of people might look at someone like yourself or me, because I've got my hands in pies as well, and think, oh, don't know, a bit too scattered, too many projects going on. But what I find is that the more we step into an enlightened way of life, living our passion, living our purpose, really connecting to ourselves, to our spirit, to our resources, the more we do that, the more, I don't know about you, but time kind of warps and it just allows me to fit a lot in. And I kind of look at my day and go, how the hell did I do all that? But it does tend to do that. How's that effect?
It does. And as well, like a lot of people, that's true. I mean, my beautiful father rest in peace, Dad, but he always used to get up me and say, Beck, you never just stick to one thing. You've just got to choose your career and stick to it and work hard. And I'm like, no, that's not what my spirit wants, you know? So most billionaires, and this is a fact, have their finger in 6 pies. And
wow.
Yes. So interesting fact, to anyone thinks that we're scatterheads, we'll probably end up billionaires. Let's just manifest that. But a lot of brilliant people, a lot of intelligent people, because creativity is a form of intelligence. So when you are so creative, it's just showing your intelligence in different ways, other than, say, mathematics or, you know, other ways people classify, society classifies as intelligent, as in an educational point of view. I mean, I just finished grade 10. I didn't, you know, in hair and beauty, I didn't think for a second that I would, you know, be able to create the things that I have and achieve the things that I have if I ran off the programs of what I was brought up with or what society thinks I was supposed to be. And that's what I love about people becoming conscious and people like us, to make people aware of this so much more out there than what society's programmed you to do. You've just got to listen and tune into your soul and your calling and take that leap of faith and just do it. Do it, give it a go. And you fail along the way, but it's not really failing, because what about the lessons you learn on the way and the wisdom or the people you might meet along the way? There's always some good out of, you know, whatever you try and do. You grow in some sort of way, and that's what we're all about, aren't we?
I agree. I am such a big believer in that, Bec. Seriously. Yeah. I think that as a society, we get caught up in really judging the process of what is going on in the world too much, and it disempowers us. And if we only realised how much it did disempower us, we'd really decide to do something differently. So it takes a lot of our energy, and then people wonder why they don't have a lot of energy. And then, you know, they look at us and go, how the hell could you have so much energy? And the reason why is because the energy that we have is actually propelling us forward. When we're not in a state of judgment with other people and what they're doing in their blah, 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 we have a shitload of energy just propelling us into our creative projects. And yeah, and I think, look, a lot of judgment of self leads to depression. I feel like there's this energy, like this lower vibrational frequency of that sort of shuts us down. And when we're in that depressive state, I don't think we can even fathom the amount of energy that you and I operate on. Like you know, it's just, you can't even fathom it when you're in the depression. But I'm here to tell you that is an illusion. You know, the vibrational frequency that we're in when the heaviness is there is real for us, but it's also part of an illusionary process, I believe, that helps us to lift and to find our purpose.
That's exactly right. And I'm so glad you started talking about depression, because I've dabbled with states of depression since I was 14 years of age. I'm 38 now. And just recently I had another breakdown. I was in bed for a month. But what I discovered during that month in the darkness, or very low energy, where I couldn't even get up and shower, for instance, without feeling like I was going to fall over, I wasn't on my right purpose at that stage. And I was putting my energy into things that weren't serving me, but I didn't listen to my higher self. And yes, my energy ran out. My body said no more. So I was just zero. And during those lessons of coming out of it again, I realized where I had to be again. So again, you know, it was great. I needed that simple reminder to say, you need to trust your intuition, Bec. You need to trust the angels, your guides, your messages, whatever's coming through. And I stopped doing that. So silly me, naughty me. And all my energy decided to go away for a while. But and still, after everything that I've endured, which we'll probably get into that, I'm sure, further down, like I still struggle mentally a lot. And sometimes it affects my energy levels. But I listen to that now, and I try and use that time to meditate. And, you know, so it's all about balance, really.
Isn't depression like put together brilliantly? Like when you look at it like an organism, it's like it does a freaking awesome job. because it kicks butt at getting us into action, because it just feels horrible. And that's why I love, because I'm a recovering postnatal depression survivor and thriver. And I know for me, my postnatal depression, when it kicked in, it was about the fact that I had gotten so busy as a mum, taking care of little ones, that I'd forgotten myself and my purpose. And the minute I took myself off to get some help around that, and I found my purpose, bang, the depression just evaporated. But it's also one of those things that, you know, as we're moving along, as you're saying, if we look at it like it's actually a really intelligent friend that actually helps us to not step off our purpose. Because the minute we step off, we feel it. And all the energy, especially as we're building with our high vibrations, if that energy stops, the depression can be worse. And I have seen a lot of people that have evolved to higher levels of what I would call like fifth dimensional vibration, where they're in that space of love predominantly, and they're really, you know, living their life from that space. But then something's happened. Maybe they got sideswiped with regards to a trauma or an incident, an accident, whatever, or they got distracted. And it's easy to do. You know, I think part of our process or our journey is to not berate ourselves for getting distracted or being human or what have you, but just to go, oh, notice it. Oh, okay, I got distracted. Okay, back to, you know, or do what you're doing on a daily basis. If you notice something, bang, off you go. You know, go into meditation time. So yeah, you're not alone. And I feel like there's like levels of strengthening. There's levels of strengthening that we all go through on this process, on this journey. We're all doing it. And it pays to be, I believe, fundamentally, intrinsically, infinitely forgiving of our humanity, so that we don't get stuck in shame.
That's it. Great point. And reminding ourselves that we are human. And, you know, sometimes you fall off that step, and you fall off the step and you fall down. You're like, oh shit, I've got to climb back up again. I've got to get back up that step. But as long as you get back on and start climbing it, you know, and I'd love for people that suffer from depression to try and give it a go. What about the people that, we're very lucky, you talked about postnatal, like I have postnatal as well. We're so lucky that we found that strength within, or that guidance within, to take the steps to find our purpose and say, no, this is not where we're meant to be. This is not good enough for us. This is not where we belong. We need to step out of this darkness and find our purpose. But what about the people that don't have that within them? I think that's, you know, I think that's what us people that try and help other people, we're there to show people how to, or to inspire them to give it a go, or to put new glasses on and try and raise themselves in other ways. Because you don't know unless you try. And if no one's showing you the way, some people don't have that wisdom within themselves.
Oh yeah, that's so what I feel passionate about is, and I one of my comments, or my dedication, I should say, in the front of my book, the Everyday Lightworker Bible, was that this book is dedicated to everyone, every Lightworker and everyone. No one gets left out ever. No one gets left out ever. And to be a big believer that just because someone can't see their light right now, that doesn't mean it's not within them. And to hold the space and the vision for that person. And it may be that that person doesn't see that in this lifetime, and that's okay. But that doesn't mean I can't see that in them, because that does me a favor. It's when I'm actually looking at a person's behavior and then thinking that that is who they really are, that then I'm in trouble, because I'm lowering my vibration, rather than just saying, well, they're on the journey and that's perfect, because I've probably been there as well myself.
Yeah. That's so true. And I have to remind myself, I think sometimes I get into that and I automatically go to judge or make an assumption or whatever else we do. And then I think, no, Bec, hang on a minute. So it's nice to talk yourself through it and remind yourself that that's just how they're showing up right now, and that's how far they come. And you just you wish everyone love. and all the best, because you're right, we're all on this journey and we all have our stuff and we all handle it very, very differently, and we're all on our journey. So yeah, just if anyone's struggling or behaves badly, you've just got to wish them love, because that's all everyone needs at the end of the day. I know in my dark days, all I needed was love and support instead of judgment. And and it's easy to slip into judgment. It's just a matter of recognizing it, reminding yourself and saying, no, hang on, and just stepping back into being conscious and aware and forgiving and understanding. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where I feel like, are you okay if I mention your upcoming, something that you're doing, upcoming book or anything like that? Now, do you want to let everybody know the title of it? Yeah.
It's called To Have Risen Against All Odds.
Yeah. And I love that because it's so in line with what we're talking about. I feel like that it's that very nature of that kind of book is really helping people to ascend, because there's just so much judgment around processes that we've been through, and there's a lot of judgment around we're not capable of anything because we're going through it. But the most people that I speak to that are really in an elevated higher vibrational frequency would openly share that they too have been through incredible hardship to get to where the realizations of where they are now. So it's great that you're putting that together, Bec.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's exciting. I don't know when it'll be finished because I'm just trusting in divine timing with that one. But I know it's going to be special because I'm after the right stories, the impactful stories, the ones that just shake you to your core and wake you up, and wake you up to see things through different eyes, and hopefully have some really energetical realizations of what enlightenment is all about, or the journey. Because enlightenment to me is just a journey every single day. Sometimes I step in, sometimes I step out, sometimes I have to remind myself. And just my beautiful friend Jeff Chappell yesterday just had to remind me of a few things that I'd forgotten about myself. So it's lovely to surround yourself with people that are on this journey as well. And another friend told me, don't ever underestimate the impact of planting the seed in someone that doesn't see yet. And that was Nathan Day who taught me that. And I always get that in my mind, because sometimes you get disheartened. Well, I do get disheartened when you're trying to help someone or give them the space, or and they don't receive. And then it's like, no, I remember what Nathan told me. Don't ever underestimate the power of planting a seed, and then you watch it grow. So, it's very important to plant seeds wherever you can, because you never know where that seed's going to sprout just at the right time for someone, and you might just change their lives.
I love that. I'm seeing all these little seeds sprout everywhere.
When you look
so
back,
many.
When you look back, when we've moved on to the next one, we can look down and then see all these seeds popping and sprouting, and I did that. And every time I think of giving up, I think, well, what about all the people I could have helped?
Exactly.
That's silly of me to, and there is times where I want to give up. After accidentally taking my own child's life, that still haunts me every day. And there's times that I want to give up, and just recently I've been going through a tough time. But no. When you're here for a purpose, you've just got to stay and do your job. That's what we've signed up for.
Yeah, absolutely, honey. And I think, when it comes to what I'm here to do, there's lots of, distractions or barriers or diversions that present themselves. But what I've noticed is the more I actually say, that's interesting, but I'm still doing this, I am a Taurian, so hopefully that, stubborn bull. Are you a Taurian too?
What's you? What's your birthday?
21st of April.
I'm 19th of May.
Okay.
There you go.
No, just hopefully that stubborn Taurian streak that I've got about now, about being, and I was born in the year of the dog, so a bit of, you know, dog with a bone. I'm fixated now on my mission to forge forward. Nothing's stopping me. But I kind of find like having made that decision and then recommitting every time there's a distraction, it's like exercising a spiritual life purpose muscle or something, because I can't, and I also feel like it's kind of like exercising a manifesting muscle, because something happens and I get more help and I get more time and I get more resources and I get more opportunities, and it's just like feeding itself, do you know? So I don't look at the distractions. Actually, this may sound a bit twisted, but I look at the distractions as compliments. So I must be on the right path, and if they're being ramped up, then that's cool, awesome. I'm definitely on the right path, because you know it takes more and more to distract me. You have to, and then after a while they're just not there. I don't even see them. I just don't even see the distractions. So it's kind of interesting phenomena. They get harder, but then you just don't even notice them. You go, like almost like that whole water off a duck's back thing. I just don't. It just falls away.
You've got that force field around you, that unstoppable force field. You know, you've got everyone supporting you because you're on the right path, and so you've got everyone around you, all the energy around you supporting you, so that you're untouchable.
Yeah,
you're untouchable. And it's funny, you know, when you are on the right track and you are doing what you're supposed to do, people just show up. This shows up, like you said, the time shows up, the resources show up. People just show up wherever, and I'm taking really good note of who's showing up in my life right now. And sometimes I think I've ignored that, and I think it's really important to see who shows up and why, and they may only just show up for an hour, you don't know, but you know, I'm really being mindful of who's showing up right now, because everyone shows up for something, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And there's an unlocking, and then you have people that have planned to show up that don't show up. And in the past, or if it's a bit delayed or what have you, and in the past, I would have been, a lot of the time when I planned appointments and things like that as a counsellor in the heyday and all that, I would feel really bummed when somebody didn't turn up. Like I'd feel really upset. And now it's a completely different story. There's so much joy, it's ridiculous. And I know that sounds a bit twisted, but it's, oh my God, cool. I've got all this creative stuff I'm going to do. And I've just got a more space to do it. And often maybe someone else's energy, like this happened yesterday, someone had some issues with the back. They couldn't sit for filming. So they like said, oh, can we reschedule? So I said, that don't worry, divine timing, it'll present itself. Like you were just saying, I just said that to them. It's all good. Instead of feeling, oh my God, I don't know. I know it feels kind of weird now to be thinking that's how I took it. But then someone stepped right in to a bit later in the day, but right into energetically fill that space that person they needed something else that day. But it feels amazing to be able to do that and to feel joy and not abandonment or rejection or judgment when that happens.
Yeah, it's funny, you know, like I was talking about before, I have to remind myself of that. Sometimes I master exactly what you said and say, okay, great, well, that wasn't meant to be, so who's going to show up now, or what can I do now? And then other times, maybe if I'm hormonal, I don't know. Sometimes I go, oh, but, you know, and I go into the whole, abandonment, or I mustn't be valued enough, or blah, 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 all the, you know, incorrect things. And then I have to remind myself, oh, hang on. No. It's all for a reason. And what can I do now? You know, it's just, you've got to just trust. You've got to trust that it's all working out the way it's meant to. So.
Yeah. And like you're saying, like that whole transaction with that person may not have been about the appointment, say, but it was about something else. Like it might have been about coming into more of a place of not, you know, love and joy, to use that time or what have you. Rather than a rejection. And do you know what? Most of the time, if people cancel on things that they've planned to do to step up, it's because they don't somehow feel worthy, or they're sabotaging or what have you as well. So a lot of stuff goes down in our industry where, you know, people are invited to come into the space, but then maybe just don't, you know, they maybe not consciously, it's not consciously running, but they don't, and it's like they find it a struggle to step into, do you know, the energy?
Yeah. As again, they're just not ready.
Yeah, exactly.
Not ready. They will be one day.
Seeds.
Planting the seeds. I wonder how many seeds you planted, Michelle.
I don't know, but I'm hoping it's a mega forest.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. You know, and your listeners and your viewers, and I wonder if they reflect. How many seeds have you planted, listeners? You know, give yourself a pat on the back.
Yep.
Yeah, give yourself a pat on the back, and you just never know what you've done for someone. And if not, it's great to start now. Start the movement.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. It's like clean slate time, guys.
Yeah.
You know, you have the opportunity, being you, to just plant some seeds.
Plant some seeds. You know, do the hair flick. I just planted a seed. That's another seed planted. It's great to plant seeds, and as well, I think getting that shift in our world, planting the seeds and watching them grow, you know, it's just very important. It's very important and all part of our job. Yeah.
So what are you what are you all excited about this year? Tell me more about what's going on for Bec.
Dear oh me, where do I start? So obviously I launched not obviously because not everyone knows, but I launched my designer crystal jewelry range. So I'm excited about a couple of things that are coming up with that. Yay. Incorporating Mother Nature with style. And I just want to share with you my inspiration behind creating Mother Nature with style. I wanted to wake people up. And how I wanted to wake them up with crystals was not everyone was attracted to crystals because hippie people wear crystals or earthy people wear crystals, and they weren't very fashionable. So because I'm a bit of both, I'm a bit of a hippie and a bit of a fashion freak, I decided to incorporate Mother Nature with style. So what I was trying to do is get the souls that normally wouldn't pick up a crystal and wear it, you know, to an event or wear it during the day, to actually like them and put it on, so it helps their vibration as well, because obviously crystals hold your vibration, their healing, and etc. etc. So that was my little seed planting to do my light work on waking up people without waking them up, or helping them without them even knowing, because when they've got their beautiful crystals around their neck, it's helping and assisting. And if not, it might inspire them to delve into what crystals are about and how they can help them and their whole family. So that was my inspiration, but by incorporating Mother Nature with style and trying to get it on the catwalks and make it really, really stylish. So I just wanted to share that because I love that. I love.
That's so exciting. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, for instance, like, see if it's coral, a piece of coral. I've got coral with your diamantes and your hematites. So I've incorporated Mother Nature with style, for instance. So I've turned it into a bit of bling with a bit of coral.
Oh, that's gorgeous, honey. I love it.
Yeah, so like my range, every single one, you'll see a bit of Mother Nature with a bit of glam or a bit of funk or a bit of earthy funk. So yeah, so this year, I get on a couple of magazines this year. Yoo-hoo! So last year I was in the Profile magazine cover girl 5-page spread, which was like a dream come true. Can't believe it, because I'm very much a rough diamond. I never thought for a second I would be a cover girl. So I'm on, it's a woman of influence. So it's called Definers Magazine. It's a global magazine published by a beautiful man named Jerry Viscount. They call him the Y Guy. And he's shining the light on extraordinary human beings on planet Earth that are making a difference in this world. And he chose me, Bec McMillan, to be the global feature of a woman of influence on our planet. So he obviously saw me on Facebook and followed what I was doing, trying to help people, and he just wanted to shine the light on me. So I'm so blessed. That comes out at the end of March. So like,
congratulations, sweetheart. That is so awesome.
Thank you so much. Going global is huge. I can't believe it. I'm like, oh my God. And when he asked me, and I kind of swore. I'm like, oh, you're effing kidding me. Like, me? Me? You sure you got the right person here? So it's lovely it took me a while to accept that again, and hold my head high with that. But again, I learned some valuable lessons. So, and then obviously I'm doing this with you, and I think I'm in the autumn edition. Am I in the autumn edition of the magazine?
Yeah. Yeah, we've got your article. I'm really looking forward to that. So that's coming out on the 1st of March. So this is airing in middle of the 23rd, I think it is. Yeah, the 23rd of March. So yeah, everybody can go read it now.
Oh, actually, I got that wrong. The one for Real Woman Global, it's a purpose, a woman walking her purpose. Lovely. And it's funny, you know, when I got approached to be in that, when I'm a co-author of the Inspiration Bible, and my ending line was, I know my life purpose now. And that's to inspire and help people through troubled times. So it just shows, I'm just blessed. And I have no idea what else I'm going to be doing for the end. That's only up to March. So who knows? I've just started the Bec and Nyssa show with gorgeous Nyssa Camp, and we're trying to make movement on people's health and nutrition and giving them the courage and tips on how to get themselves out of the dark. And so that's going really, really well. And we might get you on the show one day, Michelle, I think.
Yes, I'm in.
Yay! Still doing my Inspired by Bec, which is my freelance presenting, hosting. I go around and I help businesses. So I interview people and plug their business to try and uplift them and get them happening. Red carpet hosting, charity event hosting, inspirational speaking. Now that is what I really want to delve into this year, is my inspirational speaking. And I can't wait to go traveling, go global on the stage with that. Just helping people have the courage to give life a go, really. So hopefully that will step up after I go global in the magazine. I've got my Nerium anti-aging business. So I'm so excited about that, because it's all natural, and it's just, and the people around you, they're just all there to help, and everyone's just inspiring. Everyone's just great. And yeah, so who knows with me? Who knows?
It's great. It's like your cup runneth over before you've even started the year, and if your years are anything like mine, we kind of have an idea at the start of the year of what we kind of think is going to be happening, but then we're like, yeah, but it's always superseded by version 5.0 thousand million over what we even estimated. So it's kind of cool, you know what I mean? Letting yourself be on the ride, just enjoying it, and sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun for you. I'm excited to be collaborating with you and to, you know, feel that kinship and sisterhood with you because of our similar missions. Because we kind of, as I said, we're kind of doing the same thing, kind of in different ways, but the same ways. And you know what I mean? There's just a crossing over, and I do find that when it comes to stepping into this kind of level of vibration, is that collaborating with people is such a joy. And it's not a competition, and it's such a joy to share resources, share energy, share, you know, the whole bit. It's just such a joy to do that, rather than, oh, it's not enough for me, blah, blah, blah. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love stepping out of that kind of poverty crap and into, no, where there's more than enough to go around. People are inspired and enlightened in different ways all the time, whether it's a piece of jewelry, you know, taking care of their skincare, in a business, hearing an inspirational talk, on the red carpet even, like we take our little seeds and throw them wherever we are and whatever we're in.
It's it's empowering. It's empowering, and it gives you fuel, and it feels really good to collaborate. And I remember when I first stepped into media and the spotlight, I think my ego was in the way a little bit, because it was uncharted waters for me. And I thought, well, if I help that person, then they might take will I get that job, or will that make, you know? So I went through that process, and it was a lesson I really need to learn. And I was grateful for that, to step out of ego. And once you learn to collaborate with, you know, anyone and everyone, it's just so empowering. It's so empowering, and it feels so good. So, you know, anyone watching, give it a go. It feels fabulous. And especially and I'm not a feminist in any way, but women helping women, we just have this energy. We just have this knowing. And when you help other women, I swear to God, I feel like I'm floating on the clouds. And putting a smile or helping another woman out, it's just a feeling like no other. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I love it. And it was really funny though. I'm going to share this story. It was probably about midway through last year, and I'd done about 6 or 7 editions of Lightworker Advocate magazine at that point. And we had a lot of women involved with the magazine, and I love women too. But I felt, you know, I'm a big believer in men, and I'm a big believer in the fact that they're stepping into a different energy, and they have that available to them right now in a big way. And I was really put it out there to the universe. I said, I really need men. I want, sounds a bit weird, but I really, bring us a men. And I remember getting an email shortly after that from Ted Winslow, who's an amazing music producer. That his music's on Amazon bestseller for higher vibrational frequencies, and oh my God, you know, ex-rock star kind of. And I was like, oh, amazing. And he was on our front cover, and ever since then, I have felt that there's been a surgence of men coming through. Even in season 1, we had a few men in season 1 of Enlightened Conversations, but now we've got a lot of men in season 2. And it's exciting to see that you know, there are men role modeling enlightenment and inspiring people and stepping into their intuition and their, you know, inner feminine energy to be able to say, it's okay, guys, you can still be a man and connect with the energy that helps you to feel and to be and to live in your head.
Absolutely. And again, you know, men suffer from depression more than women. So to raise the vibration for men and consciousness and to give them encouragement is so important, Michelle. 5 men a day in Australia here take their lives to 2 women. So yes, we've got to invite the men in. Actually, I've made an essential oils range as well, and I made a blokes range to try and to help the blokey blokes out to be able to step into their alternate ways as well, to say, you know, I'm not feeling that great, let me get my oils out, you know, just to become aware and conscious of their thoughts and feelings, because men don't process it like women, because it's not the blokey thing to do. Well, that's what society used to say anyway. You just toughen up and you don't feel, you just get on with it. And so I'm so glad, as you said, that men are stepping in to another energy and realizing there's much more to life and much more to their soul than just getting on with it and pretending everything's okay. You've got to delve in, you've got to dive in, and you've got to work it out, and you've got to find ways of coping, and otherwise you're just this big bomb ready to go off. You know, and if not, it gets too hard and they go. Yeah.
And it's okay to be, I mean, it might sound a bit weird saying it this way, but it's okay to be emotionally retarded. I mean, if you are, it's because your brain, it's because your brain's been wired that way from conditioning. So what? You know, embrace it. Embrace the retardation and just say, yep, sure, I am, and that's okay. I'm aware of it. I am actually activating new neuro pathways all the time to help me feel, to help me connect, and I am going to love myself every step of the way. I'm not going to beat up on myself because I find it hard to connect. I'm just going to continue to plod along and continue to trust that this will catch up with this, you know, and they'll both meet somewhere in the middle, and there'll be a beautiful relationship. And I think having a lot of compassion for men is important, because every man had a mum, like, you know, pretty much, or someone who was in that role, that if the mother wasn't actually affirming their feelings, then you can't assign just the blame to the man when they come through that system, that family system. Do you know what I mean? So it's about having women stepping into embracing the power of our feminine energy that comes so naturally to us, that we usually need to moderate to contain a bit, so that we can learn how to channel it in a way that is committed, and perhaps that is cleaner emotionally than you know, how we go through our hormonal stuff. It's great. You know, I have my cave days. I have my, you know, it's not a good day to make decisions today, honey, you know. Kind of being okay about it and just not acknowledging that, you know.
Yeah.
But it is about us having, I think, a high level of compassion and understanding, without, of course, allowing ourselves to be mistreated, but to hold the space and belief and faith that there are absolutely beautiful men already modeling this. They are modeling how to do it. Let's applaud them and thank them that they're doing the seeds that we can't probably, because, you know, it sometimes takes it coming from a man for someone to really get it. So I'm really excited about that shifting in society.
Yes, me too. Well done, well spoken. And you know, I just learned something off you then, so thank you very much. Learning how to channel your emotions, like I'm still working on that. Suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, so that's come up for me again just recently. So I'm trying to work out how to channel my triggers and stuff like that. So you've just helped me a lot there to become aware of some more things. So thank you for that. Yeah, so no, thank you for that. And it's just a nice simple reminder that we're all not perfect, and we're all on our mission, aren't we? And I'm definitely a pork chop sometimes. Definitely a pork chop. And sometimes I can't get hold of my emotions, and I really should. But we're all a work in progress, aren't we? And you just got to forgive yourself.
Absolutely. I think that that's part of enlightenment, is realizing that we are all a work in progress, and shining that loving light on the parts that may be struggling, and saying, hey, I see you. I feel you. I know you're struggling right now. I'm here. Let's throw every single resource we can to help you right now. And that for me is the journey of being this spiritual person in this human body. The two have to have some kind of a relationship of love. Otherwise, we don't wake up and we don't become conscious to the degree that we can. So
that's so good. I mean, I was just talking to Nyssa, the lady that I did the show with this morning, and I said, you know, it's so hard because I'm stuck on this one. There's so many people say to pull away from bad vibes, or pull away from someone that's, you know, not pushing you forward, or pull away from someone that's negative or toxic. And I'm sitting like this with this because I think we should just show them love, because I've been that negative and toxic person. I've been that one you should probably pull away from. I've been that one, but I was very, 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 I had circumstances and I was very unwell, and all I needed was love and support to get better. So instead of losing more people, this is just my 2 bulbs worth, and you might not, oh, are you there? Oh, sorry. I just feel like if someone is acting negative or toxic or unusual or something that's not sitting with you, maybe try and see past that, and like what you said, and just wrap your arms around them and say, I see you. You're just hurting, or, you know, instead of judging or pulling away, because it's just going to make them worse and feel less worthy. So I've been there. So, but each and every circumstance is different, isn't it? So, but yeah, how about we just try and love people instead of judge people, and give that a go. If someone's acting like a pork chop, just say, I see you and I love you.
Love you, Piggy.
I'm just going to plug my cord in. I'm sorry. It fell out. There we go. There we go.
Well, my love, I agree 100%. I concur. I feel like it is definitely a case-by-case thing, and it's one of those things where you feel into it and you say, is this for my highest good to be around this person right now? And it may well be, because there's an opportunity for you to love big. There's an opportunity for you to really be that person and hold space. Or, you know, is it not, how am I feeling today? Am I up for it? Am I able to give myself that equal amount of love in this situation as well? If I can't do that today, that's okay, not to beat up myself on it. There's no right or wrong. And then I can go and take care of myself and give myself what I need. And I think it's one of those things where it's not black and white. It's definitely one of those things where we're loving the other person if we can, in that space of big love, but we haven't abandoned ourselves. And I think that that's a really big one.
Loving a person with what you have. Loving a person with what you have. But I think I was just trying to plant a seed there, Michelle. I was trying to plant a seed on maybe putting a different pair of glasses on, because if you have this different pair of glasses on, sometimes instead of seeing them as that, if you do have that love to give them, there's a seed I just planted, guys. Maybe to see through those glasses, and if you've got it, if you don't, then don't. So yeah,
I love it. I absolutely love it, and it gives people that choice. It gives people that choice to say, "Yeah, can I do this today? Let's give it a whirl."
Do we see you? I can't see you.
On. All right, beautiful. Well, hey, before we sign off, because I know the hour's gone really quickly, just wanting to know, making sure people can find you. So just if you give everybody your website or your Facebook, all the places they can contact you, if you know them off the top of your head, that would be awesome.
Look, I live on Facebook. I do have other social media, but Bec McMillan official, BECMCMILLAN official, inspired by Bec. So you can find me on Insta and Snapchat and all them, but my website's work in progress at the moment. I've still got lots to do with my e-commerce shop. So Facebook is the best way to get me at this stage. And
usually people can find you via your Facebook page. When your website's up there, it'll be in there anyway if they really want to go to that. So that's beautiful, sweetheart. Well, I'm really excited for this coming year for you. I feel like energetically there's just so many amazing explosions of joy coming into the year. So I wish you to embrace them with your whole heart, because it's definitely time for that level of energy to be integrated into your being, my sweet, because you've really put so many seeds out there. It's ridiculous.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, and thanks for seeing me, Michelle. Thanks for seeing me. I see you too.
I know. Thank you, beautiful. Bye.